I'm ready to start. You good?
Yeah.
All right. All right, pressing the go button in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our week as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm joined by my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
Should probably be weeks as geeks.
I know this show is either every other week or once a month. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Life just sucks and takes away weekends and all that shit.
But we're here now. So what have you been up to, Stuart? What's something you
Well,
got?
I'm gonna start off with books. I've read a couple books this past couple of weeks. I read the first 2 books in the Awaken Online series, which is it's a VR MMO series. It's not like, like Ready Player One, or it's not, they're not trapped in the game either. It's not sort of online. It takes place in 2076. I'm like, oh, just 1 year off, damn it. And I think the only reason that it takes place in that time period is for the tech to be somewhat reasonable. Otherwise, like, it's not reference heavy, so that's why I don't compare it to like Ready Player One, because Ready Player One is just one giant reference. But there are a couple references, and I'm like, would they still make a Harry Potter reference in 2076? I don't know. Because like there was a part where like people are walking through the village, like, hey, they sell Harry Potter wands. Would a kid say that in 2076? I kind of doubt that.
Maybe, Stuart, because here's my argument for that.
Okay.
There are kids who reference Wizard of Oz, right?
Not many, and that's only because of Wicked these days.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true, but like before Wicked, or before the movie came out,
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like there would be some, maybe not it's everyone, but Wizard of Oz was in the pop culture, and it kept being in it because they kept making like movies or like prequels, sequels,
remakes,
retellings. Yeah. And they're starting to do that with Harry Potter. They're going to make that show, right?
We'll see.
So maybe, but that's like,
That's true.
And that's even long, or no, that's about the same time distance. I right?
Yeah, about
From
50 years.
Yeah.
So would and that in Harry Potter itself would be 70 years.
Wizard of Oz was 1939, so
Okay. Well,
so that's That's 70 something years.
It's true.
Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy that came out that long ago. Wow.
The main character, his name is Jason.
Hmm.
You got a chuckle out of that, just like I did. And he's a senior in high school, and of course he's that typical, the outcast. He only has one friend, and the most popular around school is nice to him, and the the football player jock is of course his bully, and eventually he gets him kicked out of school because the bully lied that hey, he started a fight and he didn't. And it just so happened to be on the day that the new VR MMO game came out, Awaken Online, and it's a brand new tech. Like nothing has nothing's been like this before. It's it's revolutionary. Blah blah blah. Well, it turns out it's also being run by an AI.
Oh boy.
I honestly don't know, and I've read 2 books. I don't know if it's going to be a rampant AI going bad or not. But what this AI can do is he can read your mind and see your memories, which is not really something he's supposed to be able to do, but he can. But he uses that. He uses how you're feeling in your memories and your basically your personality to kind of build your own personal quests around you. And like, it's essentially he's trying to improve you, because his whole goal is to keep people playing the game. Like that's his prime directive. That's what he was made to do, is keep people playing this game. And he's come to the realization that if he makes people happy and healthy, they'll keep playing. So after all that shit in school went down, Jason logs in, pissed off, as he would be, because people, were lying about him and all that shit. So he's pissed off, and he enters the game with a negative attitude. So he becomes one of the only people that is of the evil alignment.
Oh.
Because like everybody wants to be the hero. Well, he comes into the game being a villain. And like a lot of shit just kind of happens. Like he's not exactly, all powerful, but he accidentally becomes, he can accidentally do things like, whoops, I accidentally started a zombie apocalypse in the city. Whoops. Now I'm to blame, and now this city is now undead, and I'm the leader. Whoops. He's just kind of stumbling into things. But at the same time, I don't feel he's not the like the comedy. He's not the he doesn't do it lightly. I don't know how to describe how I want to say this. Like he's not the stumbly bumbly, fool. He's not that. But he is accidentally, causing a bunch of things to happen. And so he basically becomes the villain of the world. And like bounties are put on him and all that kind of stuff. That's real world money.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know, it's interesting. I really enjoyed the first book. The second one, the first book is called Carthus or Catharsis. That's it. That one was good. I really enjoyed that one. The second book is crap. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Starts with a P. Starts with a P. That's not what I want. Damn it, that's not what I want either. Oh. Precipice. Precipice. I can read. I can
That's
read.
the word.
I spent all this time reading. I can read the word. I just can't say the word. I'm not. Precipice.
I mean, there's some words that like I don't even know if I've ever seen that word spelled out before. Like,
True. Yeah. The second book, I didn't really care for like a lot of it. Cause like it spent a lot of time doing something that I was super bored with. Like he went through a dungeon with his friends, and I didn't care about it at all. And that was a majority of the book.
oh wow, that's not good at all then.
Because like all he's doing, like his whole like he now runs this undead city. Spoiler for the first book. And what's a major problem with undead? You can't grow your population, or you're going to have trouble growing your population because you can't have zombie babies. So he decides he's going to farm a dungeon to get, citizens out of the dungeon, and just every time it respawns, do it again. So it spends over half this damn book, killing people and then raising them back up. And it spent too much time doing it, in my opinion. Now, where the book ended, I was okay with, because it ended in a damn cliffhanger. And of course, the bully from his school, his dad is also on the board for the game company. So he's, of course, got early access to the game. He's been playing a while. He's super overpowered. He's well known. He was liked. And, oh, this undead city, burn him to the ground. Kill the beast. Kill the beast. Kill the beast. He's basically Gaston in the book.
Nice.
So yeah, it's I will come back to it, but it's not the direction it's taking. I'm not in the mood for at the moment. Like, I'm not in the mood for city building, which is where this series is seeming to go. Is like, leader of a city kind of a thing. That's not what I'm in the mood for. So, what about you? What have you been doing?
I'll say real quick. You mentioned me chuckling at Jason. Do you know why I chuckled when you?
Well, I mean, that's the main character of He Who Fights with Monsters.
That's what I thought you would think. For me, whenever I hear Jason, my brain goes to Heavy Rain. Jason, Jason, Jason.
Jason, Jason.
Every time
And of course that glitch where he never stopped yelling it.
yeah, for just my brain goes to that when I hear the word Jason. I don't know why, but it does. So that's why I was chuckling at that. But I was like,
Okay.
oh, I think he thinks. I mean, I was thinking about
Yeah.
he who fights with monsters.
Yep. I was.
Yeah, but something I've been watching. We don't got a video for it, so sorry, people, because copyrights and all. I was thinking about looking for something, but it's something real quick. I'll talk about. I've been watching basketball. Specifically the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have been killing it this season,
Good.
despite our second best player being injured. We're tied for the best record in the league, number one in the West, in the Western Conference. And currently we have a few of our good players injured, and we're still doing pretty good. And it's getting frustrating because there's a lot of because we're a small market team, so we don't get a lot of coverage, from the national media. And a lot, so whenever we're doing good, we're number one, tied for number one in the whole, and whenever something happens, oh, we actually lost a game, the media blows it out of proportion, oh my God, trouble. Maybe they need to look for trading for a new person. And it's no, we don't need to trade for somebody new. We're going to get our second best player back in the next month. And while he's gone, we're number one, in the West and tied for number one. And why would we want to break up the chemistry of it? And also, this team is fun. This team is having fun. They're one of the youngest teams in the league right now. Whenever they do in-game interviews, they do them in groups. There's easily 4 or 5 at least people with the Thunder broadcast interviewer at the end, and they're making jokes. They're you can tell they're having fun, and they're a tight core group.
Good.
Which hey, that's great. That plays well for the future too, hopefully,
Yeah.
And it's it's funny because all these national media people are talking out their asses because they're not paying attention to how the team actually is, because they're not, they're oh, it's Oklahoma, we're not gonna watch, unless they're playing against the Lakers or some big team, we're not, some popular team, we're not going to really pay attention. So they're just saying the most generic things, oh, there's a star player for trade, and the Thunder have because we have one of the best general managers. He's made some amazing trades, and we have so many draft picks in the next few years. It's insane, and we already have this great team. So there's no way we're going to be able to use all of our draft picks. There's just not enough roster spots. So people are oh man, they should use their picks to get this player and whatever, and because they could really use. And it's well, no, you don't know. No, maybe, but how about we wait for our second best player to, come back and see how.
Wait till the playoffs, then talk.
Right? We still have our 2 big men have never played together, or this season.
Now when he comes back and the team does worse, you may have found your weak link.
No. He's actually really good. He's really helpful, and he some of our losses recently have been because we don't have currently we don't have a actual big man, like an actual center, 7-foot center type to play, and that's our like kind of our weakness right now. Because he's gone, and then the person we signed to be the backup, who's been killing it this season too, while our second best player's gone or out for injury. He got injured recently, so like, yeah, we've been undersized lately. We haven't had like a real big man to go up against other teams, who have like 7-footers and whatnot. So, and I mean, and also like our star player is like head above the rest for MVP this year, and should have won last year. So many people, you know, so many people were talking about it last year and say, oh, he should have won last year. He should have won last year, and so it's fun. We got a great team, and I've been watching them, enjoying it. It's one of the it's also one of the one of the big reasons I use a VPN, because without it I can't watch the Thunder games because of
Right.
blackouts. Because like NBA League Pass, if you live within like, I don't know, it's dumb, but like if you live within the area, you can't watch, you can only watch it on your like on the networks, which is
Yeah.
like, what is it? It's FanDuel Network now. That's what Bally Sports turned
Okay.
into, and before that it was Fox Sports. But yeah, it's FanDuel, which they're the big gambling, one of the gambling companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I lived in Indiana, I couldn't watch Blackhawks games or St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, but like thankfully, like I don't know, well, I do have a VPN, and I've been using that, and I've been getting around that, and so I can watch it, which is nice. I gotta say, halftime shows for the basketball games are really bad. A lot of them are really bad. They had one where it was like two guys in a seesaw, and they just like kept jumping up and making each other go higher, and
Circus
like
style.
they wasn't even that impressive though. Like one ended up finally doing like a backflip onto a mat on a mat or something. But like I'm watching like the Thunder broadcast, which halftime, where they do it on the court, and they have like they have the halftime show in the background while they're talking, whatever. And you just see like one guy going up, hitting the seesaw, and the other guy going up, and you just like, for a good 30 seconds they weren't even doing anything. I don't know if it was just they were trying to get enough air, to actually do something or not, but like it was very weird. Like,
Yeah,
know,
it's probably a good thing that hockey games, they're where between period stuff aren't televised. 'Cause, yeah, that stuff's not probably worse, because there's only so much things you can do on ice.
yeah, it's like and it's crazy because like I think this is the first year the NFL has done like Christmas games.
Okay.
Because previously it's been the NBA. The NBA has been like the big sport to have Christmas stuff, and I think the NFL was smart. They had Beyonce for like one of the halftime shows, which that got people to watch.
Yeah.
That definitely got people to watch. That raised the numbers up for ratings for sure. And it's like, they're just the NBA just need to step up, like stuff like that. It's because yeah, the with League Pass you can watch the stadium or you can watch the arena broadcast, where like you like instead of like commercials and stuff, you can see the like oh, there's the kiss cam, or there's the, celebrity lookalikes camera. This person looks like Steve Buscemi, or this person, like
Right. Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff, along with the like, the halftime shows. And after a while, I was just like, I'm gonna switch to studio broadcast, just because like I would rather listen to them talk about like, the game and the keys to, either winning or keeping up or coming from behind, or, just that stuff, than, hear
Yeah.
professionals analyze the game versus like watching someone jump, or two people jump on a seesaw, or, you know, do some stupid dance routine, or like, it's just not impressive at all.
Yeah.
Um, I was able to watch a game in VR though. I didn't watch all of it in VR just because like it was there's another one for the Thunder coming up soon. That's going to be Thunder. That's going to be at at Oklahoma City, so it'll be the Thunder broadcast. But the one I was watching was not the Thunder broadcast team, and after a little bit, I just was like, I can't watch this, because they're skewed towards their team.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. A Thunder game where they're gonna be talking about, like poorly against the Thunder, or more highly towards their opponent. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
I used to do the same thing.
it was pretty cool though. Like being able to. The only issue I have is like it kind of switches like from courtside to like, high up in the Raptor. Like every now and then it'll switch positions. You can't just like select where you want to necessarily. I guess it's because they want you to be able to have like you see all the angles, you know,
Yeah.
in the
That must be
arena.
kind of disorienting when you're in VR. It's like, whoa, now I'm
A
floating
little, yeah.
above the court.
I wish there was like a set number that you could cycle. You could choose to cycle, like, oh, I want to sit courtside, or I want to sit behind the goal, or I want to sit behind, or I want to sit up in the Raptors, or where I can have a bird's eye view, or whatever. I wish you were able to just cycle through, and it's still a fairly new thing. I feel like, so maybe
Uh-huh.
they'll, once the technology is more cost effective, or and they're able to like have more cameras and have it in more stadiums, because it's only certain like games, it's not like I can choose to watch it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
because they rotate through like certain teams and games and whatnot. So once it becomes more of a staple, I feel like, you know they'll have the options, and it'll be. But for what it was pretty cool. Like, I dug it. I definitely had to try it for sure, and I'm looking forward to trying it again whenever it's next time. Which I think it's sometime in February is the next one, when they're actually at Oklahoma, and it'll be the Oklahoma broadcast. So that's definitely that. But yeah, it's fun being a fan of a team that's doing really well. But like I said, it's a little frustrating whenever you hear the national media try to chime in when they don't even know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
It's like, how can the Thunder improve? Maybe when we can wait a month for our second best player to get healthy, and then we'll improve without having to give up assets, and resources. And
Yeah, it might help.
but yeah, it's been fun, and it's been, and because we've been so good, anytime we lose, we've only, or the Thunder are 36-8 right now. And they're tied with the Cleveland Cavaliers, which that's just an anomaly. Like they've been really good this year out of nowhere, it feels like. But yeah, we're 36-8. The next team is Boston Celtics. They won it last year. They're 31-14. So we're 5 games above the champs who won it last year, and 7 above the Houston Rockets, who are second in the West, which is the conference the Thunder play in. That's the between 1 and 2 in the West is a bigger gap than 2 and 2 and 10. Yeah. So that goes to show you there's the 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 Thunder are clear heads above like everyone else, at least in the West.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. It's fun. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. What's something else you got?
Another book series I started, and I'm on the second book of that series, is one that you've read called Level Up.
Oh, okay.
This is the Russian guy named Philip, which I was like, okay, Philip is a Russian name. Okay.
Which apparently that's where the the lit RPG genre came from, was Russia.
Makes sense.
Because I saw Matt Dinnerman talk about that in an actual interview. He that's how I learned that. The writer from Dungeon Crawler Carl.
So. Like there's a lot of references or like mentions of like lit RPG in the series, like lit RPG itself, which is the first time that's happened in a series I've read. But do you read all 3?
I have not read all 3. I've read the first 2.
Okay, I'm on the second one now.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird, but for some reason I couldn't. I just had to. I kept listening. Like,
we've already talked about this before, but this is the guy kind of wakes up one day and can see like health bars and like his own health bar, and like sees everybody's levels and stats. And
he's got a UI.
Yeah, basically he's got an MMO UI. And he can see all of his skills, like, he's level 8 in playing World of Warcraft, which I found really funny.
And he's kind of a loser, if I remember correctly, right?
Really, yes. He is an absolute loser. He doesn't have a job, mooches off his wife. And kind of like just gets by. Like does like odd jobs here and there. And yeah, is very much a loser. And his wife divorces him like as soon as he finds out he can like level up stuff. And basically once he finds out he can level up his own skills, and he just kind of like, well, out with video games, I'm now focused on leveling up my own stats.
How can I make money off this? Like, yeah.
That's very much where I'm at now, is he's now going to open up his own business.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's kind of like short-sighted, really. He doesn't really think about like the long-term aspects, because there's kind of a timer on this ability.
Yeah, he only has this for a year.
Yeah, because it's like aliens gave it to him or something, right?
It's from the future.
Yeah, future. That's what it was. Yeah.
But it also came from aliens, but it was also from the future. It's very unclear on that.
Like I said, it's very unclear. Weird. It's a very weird premise.
And he just kind of like, with that kind of stuff, it's one ear out the other. Like he just does not like. If you got stuff from the future and aliens, you'd focus more on that, wouldn't you? He just kind of ignores it.
Yeah, and I say short-sighted because like he's like setting his company up based on based on his ability that's going to go away
Yes.
in like a year, less than a year at that time. Yeah, and it's like, okay, but so what happens when that goes away? How are you going to
Like he's thought about that. Like he said, like, you know, how can I extend my premium subscription to this, and he doesn't know how. And the built-in wiki that he has, he's not giving him answers. Other than it costs like $1 bajillion for a year subscription to this thing he has. Which things that I've just based off this book, because this is really like the only really like Russian thing I've really like media that I've been indulged in. Everybody's a criminal. Every single Russian is a criminal or has a criminal record. And my God, can you get by on life doing nothing? Because he works
Right?
he works for a week at a job and quits, and he's able to buy a new apartment, and afford like food for the next 3 months, like for a week. It's like, my God, you can live for nothing in Russia, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he did get like a big bonus, right? Because he signed that one company, if I'm remembering. Like it's been so long.
Yes, he did get a bonus, and it was like 20,000 rubles or something like that, which is like $300.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh yeah, you can't live off that in America at all.
No, not at all.
You can do a week at 300. You can do a week, easy.
You don't have to worry about rent. Yeah, you can do.
Yeah. Oh yes. If you don't have to worry about rent, you could live off $50.
The way groceries are, I don't know. Have you seen the price of eggs again?
I just went to the store today and I did not buy eggs. Oh crap, where was I going with this?
Yeah, it's definitely it's like I've said with like watching anime, like I'm not sure if this is just how the culture is there or if it's just like
Yes.
created for it's for the story it's in the world itself. Like
Yeah.
like is it easy to get by on nothing over there? Like I honestly don't know. Yeah.
I kind of doubt it. I seriously kind of doubt it. It's that easy over there. But the fact that like this guy can like he has so much time in his day before he even goes to work. Like he goes to the gym, walks the dog, and like eats breakfast, has like meetings with friends, and then goes to work, and and it's still like, what? Hold on, no, like that's not how the real life works.
Yeah, it's like what time are you waking up? Like
5, even then, there's still the commute time. But I don't know.
I definitely remember. I remember when I was reading it. I was like, "Man, I wish life was this simple." Like,
he,
even without the ability he has, like the cheat ability,
yes.
like just if things work, that's like Yeah, it would be great. Things would be so much easier if, you know.
Yes, like he kind of does. Like it does seem like life's easy through this book. Like damn, and I don't that this is not true.
No.
I know, I know it's not, but it makes me wonder though. Um, and looking it up, kind of a little bit of this. There's even a side series. Like there's two more books.
Oh, is there?
Following
Okay.
an MMA fighter in the U.S.
Oh,
And
okay.
from the reviews I kind of read about it a little bit, some of them were like, the writers of this have no idea how the U.S. government works or the U.S. law enforcement works.
Oh, I kind of want to read it just because of that.
I was like, I'm curious now. Like, what is U.S. law enforcement through Russian eyes? Because through American eyes, looking at the Russian law enforcement in this book, that's exactly what I thought it was with before this book.
Yeah. Although I feel like we'll admit we don't know. I feel
No,
like
nothing,
Americans will admit we don't know. We don't know how the rest of the world is.
not a clue.
Like, although I feel like the rest of the world thinks they know how America is and judges us,
Absolutely,
based on the little that they see on the media, Which, don't get me wrong, the stuff they see on the media is bad. Is some of
yes.
the baddest things we have in the US, but that's not the US. That's not all of the US. Like what the rest of the world sees.
The news and even any kind of entertainment, that's always the bad stuff. You never see the boring, the daily life.
Yeah, and it just goes to, like I love those TikToks of the British people or the who come out to the US,
Yeah.
and and they're just culture shocked, and they're just like, "Oh wow, there's actually good
Oh,
down to earth people, and oh,
this
they're
is this
friendly."
this
And
is flavor.
yeah, or I don't know if do you ever see the TikTok where there's two British people about to eat barbecue and they're about to use a fork and knife, and the
Yes.
dude's like, no, I have to stop you. No, you don't do
Yes.
that, because the meat's so tender. You don't need to use a fork and knife.
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah,
you're supposed to get messy. That's part
yeah,
of it.
yeah. It's like with ramen. You slurp the noodles.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, but I'm enjoying the series. I'm very curious on where this is going to go, based off especially the cover of book 3. Because the cover of book 3 shows like a guy in like space armor, like a laser flaming sword, a T-Rex behind him, and a woman in a like leather bikini shooting a bow. I'm like, where the fuck is this series going? Because this is nowhere like what I'm reading now. This series is gonna go off the rails then.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is.
Because right now the dude is just living a daily life with the ability to level up. With his new girlfriend getting mad at him for no reason. That's I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, there's some weird stuff for
Like
sure.
he met her parents, and her dad did not like him one bit, and just kind of laid into him, and she got mad, and not at him, but at not her dad, but at him. Like what is she? What has changed from when you guys arrived? Nothing changed. He didn't say anything rude. His dad did, and you're getting upset because I'm so confused on what's going on there.
Yeah, and this is a pre-COVID series too. So
Yes.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, last book was April 30th, 2019.
Yeah, and the side series is called Level Up Knockout. So, like I
need to
said,
read.
it's like an MMA.
I need to read book 3. I need to get back to it. This is the second, like, this was the one I listened to right after getting caught up on Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, this was a definite change. And I only listened to it because it was like it was included with the Audible like subscription. So I was like, oh, there's some stuff included with it. Okay, cool. Let me look and see. Oh, this seems interesting. Like,
no, I'm liking it. You know, this it's a definite, like, because like all the ones I've read before, including Dungeon Crawler Carl, it's been all like fighting monsters and all that kind of stuff. This got none of that.
no.
Like the dude can't fight at all, and so he's not leveling up through combat. It's social leveling up.
Well, he's also training because he does
He
get the
is
trainer, right?
he is learning how to box, but
Yeah.
he hasn't boxed yet. That hasn't come to pass. None of that's happened yet. Now, I'm assuming it will, but like it's all like social leveling up, which I find super interesting. Like that's a definite departure from all the stuff I've read before.
Yeah. And I think that's what really like drew me in for sure. Like more of the like, what if you had this ability in real life, and it's
Yeah,
like you're not thrown into like some crazy, you know, fantasy based thing or sci-fi based
exactly.
situation. It's just, oh, I have this ability and I have to live life.
Yeah,
It's like some of the choices he made, I wouldn't make, like for sure. I would definitely handle things differently.
agreed. Agreed. Although
As I mentioned, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the thing I do want that he's got is his internal alarm clock.
Oh man, yeah.
That's because like it's based off his REM cycle. So like he wants to wake up at this time. Well, it's gonna wake him up at a certain time based off his REM cycle. So when he wakes up, he's not and groggy. He's awake.
See, they have apps that do that, but the key thing for that is you fall asleep right when you click on the app. I'm going to sleep.
Yes. Well,
The issue with me
the
is
fit the Fitbit
it takes me
can
like
do
30,
that.
40 minutes to sleep.
True. The when I had a Fitbit, this was years ago. This was like Fitbit 2. It had the option to do that, but you had to wear it in your sleep.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to wear a watch in my sleep.
Yeah, I the Fitbit I had, it wasn't the watch, it was just the band, just the plain standalone band, and that tracked like how restless your sleep was based on how your movement and stuff was.
Yeah.
That I can understand, but yeah, a watch, like no, I don't want to wear a watch because like I don't want to like risk like me moving my arm and scratching the screen or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I do in my sleep. I'm sleeping.
Exactly.
With how I wake up in the morning, I'm obviously moving around doing something in my sleep because like, oh my god, my back,
I get that.
but yeah, it's an interesting book series, and yeah, it's only 3. I need to get back to the third one, yeah, and I'm interested like how it's gonna wrap up for sure, because like
Yeah, just based off the cover. Like what the fuck happened in book 3?
yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, it's because yeah, he isn't really like thinking about like how's everything I'm making with this ability, how is this going to work out after it's gone?
Yes.
Like,
And
you know,
he's and what do the people who gave it to him, what do they want from him? Because that is so unclear. They definitely want something from him.
my theory
And
is
and,
it's
they've
like
talked to him twice, and
Yeah.
I'm still unclear what they want.
My theory is it's like a sociology study. Like, you know, the people from the future, they're studying his behavior and the effects of adding this, you know, to his life and how he uses it, and to that it's something like that, you know.
Oh,
Like,
definitely. Like from what I've gotten, like the alien race from the future is like we're judging, you know, the human race based off what you're doing.
we're
And if
lab rat. Yeah, he's a lab rat. Yeah.
and if you fail, we're gonna wipe the human race out of existence. But what do they want him to do? I don't know.
Hopefully it wraps up fairly well with how book 2 came, or how I remember with book and 1 and 2. Like, I don't know how it's going to end up wrapping up. Like, I have no guesses, to be honest. But
Book 2. When I started book 2, I paused. I'm like, did I get book 2 or am I realizing to book 3? What the fuck? Because it starts off with like him shooting a like a city hall officiant who's like a pedophile, and like, the fuck is happening? This is not how book 1 ended. Where the fuck is this going?
yeah.
And then like the world resets. I'm like, what? Again, am I listening to book 1 or 2 or 3? I don't know. I'm super confused about what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. It's definitely a unusual book, like, series. I mean, and it's part of it has to be because it's Russian. Like,
Yeah, there is definitely, you know, something lost in, you know, translation, not necessarily words, but culture.
yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, it's I'm glad you got around to actually listening to it.
Well, and
It's been
speaking
a
of
while.
like in culture though, like if you read like the Kindle book, there are oh crap, what are they called? Like notes, like all over the damn place.
Oh, interesting.
Like there's like 10 Kindle pages of like, you know, here's this Russian reference. It means this. Here's this Russian guy they mentioned. He's this famous, you know, this famous actor or whatever.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's not our world in a way, because like there's not that a lot of references we would get, you know.
Right. And of course in my
Versus like he who
mind,
fights with monsters.
of course in my mind, I'm imagining everything is concrete and everything is happening in the winter and it's cold, but it's actually summer. They stated that it's summer, but I'm still imagining snow. There's
Right?
there's snow
Like,
on the ground in my mind.
I don't even know what Russia without snow looks like. Like, we
Apparently
don't
they
really
wear
see
shorts.
too much.
Apparently they wear shorts
Yeah.
because they mentioned that, but I'm like, nope, you're wearing a parka and a tracksuit.
Yeah, the only time I've ever seen like Russia, it's either been cold or like, you know, it's like uh Mission Impossible or one of those spy movies where they're running away from the Kremlin because
Yeah.
they just, you know, tricked, or they just snuck in to do something and ran away. And yeah. I'm glad you're finally listening listening to the series that I've talked about.
Yeah.
It's been about a year, but better
Huh?
late than never.
Yeah. I read about a bunch of other stuff, but
Oh yeah, yeah, of
I
course.
I came around to it.
Yeah, you had some of the series that are like He Who Fights with Monsters. That takes a while to get through
Uh-huh.
for sure. Like I'm still going through that. I'm still on book 10. I'm close to almost done though. So
All right. Next is, what have you been up to?
next thing I got is something I watched. I watched back in December.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't talk about it though. Because during December I was like, I was just because the holidays and all that, I was just like not in a good place. So I was just like trying to find just upbeat, fun, lighthearted stuff to watch. Oh, is the video not working?
Nope, it's all me. It's all me.
Okay.
I'm fumbling with OBS.
And there are certain shows that I've come across on TikTok where I see clips, and this was one of them. It's a sitcom which I didn't even know I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw clips on TikTok well after this ended, of course. But The Middle.
Oh, no, I definitely know The Middle because it takes place in Indiana.
Yeah.
So
Indiana.
It was definitely a big thing where, when it was on.
There's a lot of sitcoms that take place in Indiana.
What other takes place in Indiana?
Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Middle. There's another one too. I was curious one day and was looking, and I know there's another one. I just can't think of it. But The Middle is a sitcom about a dysfunctional family. It's got the janitor from Scrubs as the dad, and the wife from Everybody Loves Raymond, and regular people as everything else. Just no name kid actors, I guess. I don't even know if they're anything now, but
I've seen TikToks of the daughter, like now, like she's like talked about, like she's showing her kids The Middle because it was so long ago that she's had kids and they're like around that age now.
wow, that's wow, that's kind of crazy. Because this started, and I think The Middle was.
It's like,
I want to say it started in 2009.
yeah.
So it ended in 2018. So oh God, that's 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When I saw 2018, I just immediately was like, well, that wasn't too long. Oh, wait, no. Wow. Yeah. We're halfway through the 2020s.
Uh-huh.
We're in the halfway point. Yeah. Wow. Man. I don't like getting older, Stuart.
Nope. Nope. Sucks.
It does.
40's just around the corner.
But yeah, so this is like was it 9 seasons? So it's a pretty long, show. If it's pretty funny. It's like it's similar-ish to like Malcolm in the Middle, I would say.
Very much so.
As far as the dysfunctionalness of the family is, but not as like, I don't know. I couldn't get into Malcolm in the Middle for some reason. Like,
Really?
there was something about it that just kept me, away. Maybe if I go back to it, maybe it was just because I don't know. Maybe it was an age thing back then, and I would appreciate it more now. I don't know, but it's pretty funny though. The Middle, it's was it the dad is the typical like I'm the dad, I have no feelings type, caveman type dad archetype. the girl, the sister, the daughter slash sister, she's like, her big thing is like she's so unlucky, and like throughout
And
all the show, she's like trying out for like everything at school, like
uh-huh.
all the clubs, all the tryouts, and never getting into anything, and you know, but she's got the most positive, upbeat attitude about things, and is happy whenever she is like able to like. There's an episode where she like is playing. She tries out for volleyball, and there's something that happens in the floor. The floor caves in, and she falls through the floor, and the school's like freaking out, like, oh, we need to. Oh yeah, you made it. You made the volleyball team. Like, please don't sue us type thing. Like, trying to get on her good side and all, and freaking out, and she's like so freaking excited for that, even though she's like, they're not even actually playing her.
Yeah.
She's just on the bench and that type of stuff. And the older boy is like slacker, gets by, football player, gets by, like he's always like, like he comes home and immediately like takes off all his clothes and just in his underwear, and then he's just like roaming around in his underwear type, like typical teenage
That was 100% me.
boys. Yeah.
That was 100% me.
Yeah. And the younger boy is like, the oddball, you know, social issues, can't really connect with other people, and he's in like a special class to help him, connect with others. And he's always in a book. He's always like putting books above everything else, to the point where it's like causes issues, like serious issues. Like, it's pretty funny. It's a funny show. It's 9 years, so obviously it was well liked by people, to be on that long. And the was it's interesting, like to see because yeah, I only know that dude as the janitor from Scrubs, where he was basically a bully the entire show.
Right.
So it's fun to see him as in something else. But yeah, it's a good show. It's on what is it on? I know it's on Peacock. It might be on other stuff. The middle. That's not right. Well, I know it's on Peacock. It's saying it's on Amazon Prime as well. Just Watches.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
It's not showing it's on Peacock, but I know it's on Peacock because I just
No,
was on Peacock.
it is.
Or I guess my Just Watch is. I guess my settings are weird for some reason.
Yeah, Amazon Prime, Peacock on Amazon Prime, Freevee.
Oh, Peacock's unchecked on mine for some reason. Why is it unchecked? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's something with Just Watch. You could like check which streaming services you actually have. So when you're searching for something, it can show you like just the ones you have and not like everything. For some reason, Peacock was unchecked for me, which I have Peacock, so. And that's where I watched it, so I know it's on there. But yeah, it's a fun show. It was something that I just mindlessly watched throughout December, like while doing other things half the time. Would recommend. What's something else you got?
Something else I got. This is also a older show, but not as old, and one I know you've seen. I have finally really started watching The Orville.
Oh,
When it
okay.
came out, I watched the first episode and then really didn't watch it again.
That first season, or at least the first part of that first season, is like it feels real Seth MacFarlane parody heavy.
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, it's not real
But
bad,
yeah,
but
it's enough to where I could see people being turned off by the first bit of it. But it definitely, I feel like it grows and becomes its own thing.
I lately on TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of clips from it, and I just like, you know what? Okay, I'll watch it. It's on Hulu. I got Hulu right now. I'll watch it. So I've been watching. I'm not too far in. Like I'm still on the first season. Um, like I just watched the episode before we recorded here, when like the alien that his wife slept with that caused the divorce shows up on the ship. And they've got to now deal with that, and turns out he can actually attract everybody, and all of a sudden he sleeps with the alien too, like, and she's in her room eating cake because she's crying about it. I found that a little funny. But I can definitely see, like, when this came out, people were saying that, you know, this is a better Star Trek than Star Trek, because at the time all we had was Discovery. And I will agree, this is way more Star Trek than Discovery is, even now. Because it's episodic, so it's not a serial, which helps.
There will be like
There's some
storylines where, yeah,
yes, there are some like the baby, yeah, it's episode 2, but it shows up again.
What
Yeah, there
about
are some things.
what baby? I haven't seen the first season in a long time, so I'm trying to think
Bortus.
back to.
It was like
his yeah.
Yeah,
Was that season 1?
That was episode 2.
Oh wow, yeah. I was going to reference that because I was like, it gets into some heavy, serious like
stuff. Some heavy
Yeah.
stuff in episode 2, like some heavy like social things, like
themes.
Like it's an alien race of all males, and a female is born, so they want to sex change the baby.
And that's the culture, yeah.
That becomes a thing, which the fact that it still happened, like, you know, they went through this whole thing, like, oh yes, and here's, you know, a female that is your greatest writer, but it still failed, made 100% sense.
Oh yeah,
because if oh no, you know, we've proven that, you know, a female is good, and they change everybody's mind, that's too Hollywood.
That's far-fetched. Yeah, that's not realistic at all.
It's not realistic. The fact that
it changes like that take time.
Yeah.
You know?
The fact that it did not work made that way more real. Even though, yes, it's a sci-fi show. You know, it's a comedy sci-fi show, but but they deal with some heavy stuff. So, which, you know, Star Trek dealt with some heavy stuff at times. You know, I think the sex change, though, I think that was what's way bigger than some that Star Trek would have ever covered. Actually, no, I take that back. They did. They 100% did. They did a sex exchange episode in the next generation in the 90s. They did a sex change episode.
Yeah, this one's a little different than just like a sex change thing, because it's like, you know, it's like the culture deciding that it has to be a thing versus like someone like.
No, I'm talking about this was literally I now that I'm thinking about it, this was literally
Star Trek did the same
Star Trek
thing?
episode.
Okay.
It was a race that was like, they're mostly male. This one character identified as female,
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
If I'm remembering that episode correctly.
Yeah, I'm not a big Star Trek person.
I know, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking some of the newer stuff.
It's fine. But like I said, this is way more Star Trek than the newer stuff, and I'm liking that.
Yeah, and that was one of my things was like I was enjoying this over. I was saying I was enjoying this over Discovery way more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it took me forever to get into Discovery. Like,
yes,
especially since like,
and then fell off of Discovery.
It felt like half the first season was like the Klingons talking in, their different language or whatever.
In Klingon, yeah.
And basically, maybe having to like read subtitles.
Yes.
Like, it's like, what? Oh. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like it definitely has what Star Trek is, that feel to it, and there will be like, oh yeah, that's a typical Star Trek, because even though I'm not big into Star Trek, like the old stuff, I know like the classic episodes and stuff like that, just basically because of they've been referenced by other things in pop culture,
Yeah.
like Futurama or something else, like.
Yeah, like watch what I'm calling the Reddit episode, because like an entire society is based off of upvotes and downvotes. So that was very Reddit. And how Star Trek would have handled that, they would have changed their society. They would have fixed it. Orville did not. And I appreciate what the Orville did.
Yeah. I agree with you. It definitely feels like more of a realistic take on, even though it's like, a space show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nope, not all problems can be fixed in, however many minutes the episode is. Yeah.
Exactly. The one thing, and this is just very minor, that I have noticed is that they'll mention a location or something, and everyone's like, "Oh no, yeah, I know that." Why do you know what's going on this other planet? That you've never been to. Why do you know about that? That makes no sense on why you know. Like, oh no, it's like this. Like, at least Star Trek was like explaining what's going on. This like, oh no, I know it.
Yeah. My nitpick would be it's with all these types of shows, but it's like, oh, the classical music of Britney Spears, or where it's like like they make it like classic music or whatever, but it's like something that's like present day or shortly or around our time, something we grew up with, and they're wanting to make that little joke of like, haha, this is it's like, okay, well.
Yeah,
maybe they would reference that, but
there is definitely like there's been like American Idol references, like, oh, it's this old American or this old Earth show. Why do you know that? Or
right?
And like they do that a lot.
I mean, it's like low hanging fruit as far as jokes go. Like they can do.
It's a very Seth MacFarlane thing, is to make references.
Yeah.
So I know that where that's coming from, but still, it's weird. And like everybody, where's new music? Nope, there's no music there. We all listen to classical music. That was the thing I had with Star Trek too. Was that it was also all like Beethoven and Bach and like actual classical like music in that show. This one is like, here's My Heart Will Go On. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely like that. It seems like whenever there's like a show set in like the future, like that's always a thing they do. They
Yes.
always like touch back to our stuff as like ancient. Oh, this ancient historical movie, and it's like something we grew up on,
No, like
like
Star Trek Enterprise, they had movie nights. Like they like set up like a film projector and everything, and it was always like black and white, classic, like Turner classic movies. So I'm like, okay,
well, I mean, in the future, they're way better than us. So they have more sophisticated tastes than we do, and they outlawed. It's like, would you expect them to watch Jackass 3? Like, no.
the Avengers.
Yeah, but yeah. I'm glad you're watching it finally. I've enjoyed it, and it's another season coming. Maybe, I don't know. It's up in the air.
You know,
It's been a while, but
I'm still on season 1, but yeah, yes, please, want more of this because yeah,
I keep seeing stuff about possibly another season, but there's been no either way. There's been no like it's canceled or it's renewed. Like it's just in limbo for like a year, year and a half. And I feel like if I remember correctly, that's how the last season was too. It was like kind of like in limbo for a little bit before they finally did something. And also the whole Disney buying Fox thing kind of
yeah. Now
made
they
that
can make
last
Disney
season take a while.
references.
Yeah, right.
Now they can reference Mickey Mouse. What have you got? What have
Next thing I got is another thing I have seen clips on TikTok of.
Oops.
So I finally decided to give it a try. That's The Rookie.
Yeah, I've also been seeing a lot of clips from this.
I feel like I've been seeing clips of this for like a year, And for
Yeah,
some reason I've just like been stubborn and I haven't watched it, even though like I like Nathan Fillion. I
Right.
feel like pop culture kind of made Nathan Fillion like he became too like, I don't know. There was just something like he became a little too in your face, Pop culture kind of like
he started to be a little bit everywhere, kind of a thing.
tried to push him a little too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Alan Tudyk is that way now too.
Yeah.
But which Alan Tudyk he plays a character on this show from time to time. Like if only a couple of times, but like it's pretty good. The interaction between them two is fantastic. But this is the Nathan Fillion plays a character who John what's his last name? I'm drawing a blank. But he plays basically he owns a construction company and he's in a bank that gets robbed, and he ends up helping out with with the robbery, and then basically decides I'm gonna make a life switch.
Not helping the criminals, but like
no, helping. Yeah, he helped.
Yeah.
He helped solve the bank robbery, or stop it, put an end to it. So he decides I'm gonna make a life change, and he goes. They don't show him going to like it's they skip the whole police academy, him all this and that, and
7 months of training that our police get. Right.
Yeah, however long it is, but
it's like 7 months. It is insanely short.
But it goes to him like first day, as a rookie in the LAPD, which I forget he was originally in the East Coast, so like this is like a huge like change for him too, going to LA. but he's like the oldest rookie, you know.
Uh-huh.
That's like one of the jokes and all and stuff. And you know, it cover it it kind of starts with him, but then as the show goes, it focuses on a lot more than just him. It focuses because you know it focuses on him and his training officer, and then there's three total rookies in this like you know department that he's in, you know, and they all have training officers, and you know they all their training officers all have different styles and personalities and whatnot and different ways to train them, you know, and it kind of touches on that. And you know it ends up just becoming one of those like you know procedural like shows, you know, like you
And
know
I want
like
to
all the others.
I want to correct myself. I looked it up. It's not even 7 months. It is 12 to 27 weeks.
I feel like they said like I feel like they had said I want to say they had said 9 months in the show. Maybe it was a show thing. I don't know, but Nolan, that's his last name, John Nolan. Man, just came to me, just like
You
yeah.
weren't you weren't
Which
thinking of it.
they call him Nolan a lot too. Like you know they refer to him as like Officer Nolan and all. So it's like I should know that. Like I
Well,
should know it,
how often do we watch anime and we don't know the character's name?
right? And I'm just bad with names. Like and just in general, you know, I've always admitted that. But it's funny because like there's him, there's a yeah, was it a I think they're well I know she's 28, this 28-year-old Asian female, and then I don't know how old the black male officer is, but he's like these are the rookies, the black or African American, whatever, however you want to. I don't know which is which.
Yeah.
What's proper to say nowadays?
What
You
what are
know.
we saying now these days? Yeah.
But he's like a legacy where his dad's like he like scored the highest score in the academy because you know his dad was a legacy and all this and that, and you know he's like this super smart super kid or whatever type character that's having to like you know be thrown into the actual thing and see that like you know book smart and all that is different than street smarts. And then you know the female is like all like she before she went into becoming a police officer, she was doing like psychology major and all this and that, and you know, is all into feelings and stuff like and all this and that, and
Yeah. Okay.
and like I said, she's 28 and she's hooking up with Nathan Fillion's character at the beginning. It's like,
Well,
jeez, what?
yeah. It's your dad.
That like, yeah, right? Like, um, like that goes away a little bit. Like it goes away shortly, but because she decides like, oh, I whatever want to make it on my own or something. You know, I don't want anyone to find out and such whatever, blah blah blah, all this and that, whatever. And but yeah, but that's the thing that happens at the beginning, and it's a pretty good show. I've been watching that basically nonstop for the last few weeks. You know, it's got the same like beats as all the other types of shows this is similar to as well. You know, all the way down to this one of the characters gets kidnapped and we have to find her, and you know, like it just it doesn't really stand apart, but that's not a bad thing
No.
because the actors are good. It's got it ends up having one of the I can't remember which is which, but one of the Ashmores in it too.
You could say which one, and I wouldn't know which one that is.
I think it's Sean Ashmore, the more popular, or I think Sean Ashmore's the one who's in more of the popular roles. Weirdly enough,
Again, don't know which one that is.
like he was the one in X-Men and
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's Sean Ashmore. He was in X-Men and Alan Wake and that other game, Quantum Break.
Yes.
And was he the one in Smallville? Maybe he was in Smallville.
I don't know. Could have been the other one.
Oh yeah, he was in Animorphs. Forgot. I always forget there was an Animorphs show.
Yeah, that's been coming up on my TikTok a lot lately. Is Animorphs. Like, like not necessarily the show, but like people talking about Animorphs. Like, oh, I'm a fourth grade. I'm substituting in a fourth grade class, and I read them the first 2 chapters of Animorphs, and I told them that if they'd be good, I'd read chapter 3, and they've been great. It's been stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. What? Okay, so Sean Ashmore was in Smallville for 2 episodes. He was Eric Summers. So I guess he was in it, but Aaron Ashmore, I guess, was the one who was also in it as Jimmy Olsen. I think that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen. Yeah.
Well, that's not confusing at all.
Wait. So how was Sean Ashmore in it for 2 different episodes when? Whatever. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think Sean Ashmore, he's been in like the bigger roles out of the 2, but they've still been in lots of stuff, but yeah. I'm actually watching a show that has one of them in it too. I don't even know which one is in it. But anyways, yeah. So, but yeah, he plays like a lawyer who's like a goody 2 shoes, like defense attorney lawyer who kind of has a little like not a kind of a disagreement, rivalry, whatever, back and forth thing with this one of the training officers, and then of course they end up getting together, and because it turns into them like giving each other shit, ends up turning into more, and blah blah blah, and yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't know there's
there's
a spinoff of the Rookie too.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes that has that character. It didn't last long. It only was 1 season. The Rookie Feds.
Yeah.
Where it was like a guidance counselor from a high school becomes a FBI agent or whatever. And like when I was watching the episode where they show her, I'm like, wait, this is a pilot episode for a spinoff, isn't this? And I looked it up and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, it got canceled after 1 season? Oh, okay. And I was looking, I was like, I was looking like, should I try to find this and watch this? And like, people were like, no, don't watch it. Don't bother. It's not good. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is on its 7th season, The Rookie, I think. The 7th season is airing now, I believe. This started in 2018, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on its 7th season. So, it's pretty good. Lots of interesting characters, and oh, there's a serial in like I said, it has the same things as other shows like this, like Bones, and all that, where it's like, oh, and there's a serial killer that's a recurring character that they have to deal with, and she's playing, she's orchestrating things from prison, and she escaped, and like just the same stuff as like Bones, and Castle and all these other types of shows that are like,
The shit that we
procedural.
love.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
we-
like I said,
we-
it's not a bad thing. Me saying it's just like all these other shows isn't
no,
a knock
It's like,
on it. Yeah.
we watch that shit for a reason. We like that shit.
And what's funny is his ex-wife Nolan, because like apparently they get like he talks about like they decided to like stick together until his kid graduated, and then they broke up when his kid went to college and all this and that. When his ex-wife finally comes, it's the chick from Bones.
Oh,
Funny enough. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I was like, oh, it's Bones. Awesome. Like the other Deschanel sister.
Yeah, it's like Deschanel. I don't remember your first name.
Yeah.
Zoe's sister.
But it was weird seeing her play a character that wasn't like Bones, like that personality, like her basically playing like a normal, like
normal
human being character. Yeah. Because I watched a lot of Bones, and I rewatched Bones like I think last year even, so like that's pretty fresh on my mind still. So, but yeah, it's good. Like if you like those types of shows, like Castle and Bones, and those types of procedural cop show drama shows, but they have like that twist to them, to where it's not quite like just a Law and Order type show, where they have some kind of twist to it to make it more like, I guess, relatable. They make the characters more relatable.
Yeah. It's
definitely something worth
watching.
About
the characters, not necessarily the case, because Law and Order is more case based. Like the whole thing's focused on the case, not so much the characters.
Exactly. Which I could never get into Law and Order just because like it's just too heavy and dark. Like especially like SVU. Like
I was gonna say I watched a lot of the one that everybody loves, and that's SVU.
Yeah, it's like of course they catch them. They catch them at the end most of the time, but like they still had to have something bad happen in order for them to catch. Yeah, and especially SVU when it's all like basically rape crimes, right? Like
yes,
it's very like I could. My mom loved SVU. Like that was her show. Like,
there's a lot of people who do.
Yeah, I know. It's still going on.
It's the most popular one.
But like it's just too dark and heavy for me. Like
yeah,
I like these lighter shows. That like The Rookie and like I said, Bones, Castle, other stuff. So, but yeah, Rookie. It's currently season 7 airing. It's on Hulu. That's where I'm watching it.
Okay.
So, would highly recommend checking out. It's Nathan Fillion being Nathan Fillion. So, take that as you will. Like,
yeah,
it's still gonna be weird. He's Guy Gardner in the DCU.
Yeah.
Like,
also, although I think he's gonna be a good Guy Gardner.
True, but like, man, that's weird. That's just because that's the Green Lantern everyone hates. Like,
yep.
One Batman, one punched. Like,
yep.
Anyways, what's another thing you got?
The rest I got is anime. I'll do one that I rewatched. I forget when this came out. 2018, I want to say. And that's The Black Summoner. It's an isekai. And the guy is reincarnated into this new world, but sacrificed his memories to get more skill points for his character, his class, and he is a summoner and the most powerful one in the world. But nobody knows. Nobody knows that. And he, ends up capturing a slime, and he ends up like evolving a slime. It's very isekai. You've watched the story 100 times already, but I liked it.
And I'll
It's
watch
good.
it 100 more.
Yeah. This world though, he's not the only one from Japan. Like there's this whole other like country, and they were founded by somebody from Japan. So like all of their architecture is all Japanese. They're the only place in the world that has rice. They have Japanese, cult. Their culture is Japan. There's also a group of heroes that were summoned to this world that he kind of helps out. I don't think he ever reveals to them that he's, from their world too, because he doesn't remember it. Or he doesn't remember his own life, let's put it that way. And he also summons another person from, he also reincarnates somebody else at the end. But I enjoyed it. For it all. Of course, it has some problematic things, like a lot of isekais do. Like, oh, there's slavery. I'm going to buy a slave, and then doesn't free her. Like, what the fuck? Like, she still has her slave collar on the entire show. Like, why?
I've seen this one, yeah, and I'm as you're describing it, I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm also thinking like, oh, but that also could
could
to
be this
other
one.
things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's also Japanese people who came in the past and have made a culture and society. It's like, oh, okay, that's actually a couple animes I think have done that.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, it's like I said, it's not wholly unique, but it's a good watch.
Yeah, just because something isn't unique doesn't mean it's bad.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. And he also very much like, oh, he because he gave up his memories, he's able to, one of his summons is the goddess that reincarnated him. Where have I heard that before? But unlike that other one, she is not useless. So yeah, that's what I watched. What else you got?
I got one more thing.
Okay.
It's another show, kind of similar to like, Rookie and all those types of shows. It's called Will Trent.
I've not heard of this one.
Also it's on its third season. I think it's on its third season. I think it's on ABC. I could be wrong. I don't really know what shows are on what unless it's like I'm watching a show on Paramount Plus and
right.
Then I know it's on CBS,
Right.
But this is a show where it's set in Georgia. And Will Trent is a detective or a special agent Will Trent. I'll read the little description. Special Agent Will Trent was abandoned at birth and endured a harsh coming of age in Atlanta's overwhelmed foster care system. Determined to make sure no one feels as he did, he now has the highest clearance rate. The show starts out with him like basically he's already kind of successful, and apparently he he discovered corruption in the like Atlanta Police Department or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like, and expose them. And like first episode, you can see that because like the other cops on like the like the regular police that he the crime scenes and all that are treating him poorly because they think he's a traitor because he he got cops fired because but it's like, don't you want them to root out the corruption? Like,
Yeah.
that's you like, it's kind of weird. That whole thing is kind of like their side. It's kind of hard to like to understand their side of things because it's like, oh yeah, as the trailer showed, like they spray painted his car like snitch or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, he's also dyslexic, so like then they don't really like jump in. They don't it's a kind of a slow burn where it's like just certain things happen, and it starts to become more clear that he's dyslexic, and he's having to deal with that, and it's taking him longer to like, when he has to like read reports and stuff like that, he's having to deal with, it takes him a lot longer to do stuff like that. And it's 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 all right. It's not like the best show ever. I'm not gonna say I've enjoyed this as much as I have something like The Rookie, but it's something I'm watching. It's not, there's not a whole lot to it. It's only 3 seasons, and there's shorter episode seasons, I think. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, 3 seasons. They just started season 3, and there's 13 episodes in the first season and 10 in the second. So, yeah. Not a lot of episodes to get into, but it's pretty good. I've been enjoying it for what it is. It's just something, I was looking to put on, and I've been seeing this like all over Hulu for a while now. Like, and I've been seeing like commercials for this or ads for this when I'm watching something else. Was it he was gonna drop off a little dog in a shelter, or and they're all like trying to get him to adopt and all that, and he's just like, no, I can't, all this and that, and you know they finally accept him, and he starts to walk away, and he's like, this is no kill shelter, right? And they're like, most of the time. so, so then he's like, well, shit, now I have to adopt this dog, like, just because I can't live with like the thought that there's the possibility,
Yeah.
and the dog's name is Betty, named after Betty White. I think it was someone who died from a case he worked, or if I remember correctly. But yeah, he grew up in like a foster care. He was They said he was like dropped off in a dumpster or found in a dumpster or something like that.
Damn.
And one of the characters who what's his name? Zach Morris.
Oh. Okay.
What's his actual name? He's in the show a couple episodes. I'm trying to look. He's not in the main.
Yeah, he's not in that first page.
Yeah. Mark Paul Gossler. Yeah. But he
Yeah.
apparently grew up in the foster care with him, and he's like the successful person now, and like he's in the first episode, I believe, because the first or second episode, because something happens with like his daughter, all that, and he calls Will's character trash can or something like that.
Okay.
And they stuff happens and they become closer, and he starts calling him, he starts actually treating him nicely and all, stuff like that. But it's an interesting show. Like it's another one of those shows, but like, I guess the big thing is like he he's autistic, or not autistic. He's dyslexic and has to struggle with that, but yet also, he's able to, you know, some of the things he has to do actually helps him, like, he takes notes. He always takes notes on a tape recorder and stuff like that, and is able to listen back, and because he's, you know, it's easier for him than to write things down and all that, and yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm like halfway through season 2. Like I said, it's on its 3rd season, but like I kind of miss the shows where the seasons were like 20 something episodes, especially when they get done, and like, cause like I'm looking at shows now and I'm like, oh, there's this show that's on its like 6th season, but they're like 8 episodes each season. And I'm like,
Sure.
well, that's not going to take me long to get through all of, versus something like, like The Rookie that has like 20 episodes, or, you know, up until like the latest seasons. But your camera's having an issue.
Damn it. Where's my fix it button? I haven't had this issue in a long time. I thought I had it fixed.
But and there's some interesting like flashback. There's some episodes where they go flashback into like characters' pasts and stuff like that, and like the older police captains that when they were like beat cops and stuff like that, and that's connected somehow. And there's stuff that's connected to like Will's past and upbringings and thing. It's a real like things come together as the show goes on, and you start to see things, or things start to reveal in his life that not necessarily everything is like random. There were some people looking out for him and helping him and things like that. But yeah, that's the last thing I got.
Okay.
Besides that, I've just been not besides that, it's just been like random YouTube videos, whether it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time on YouTube, unfortunately.
That and occasional TikTok now that it's back.
Now we got it back for now.
And I wasn't stupid and I didn't uninstall it the moment.
Who the fuck? Yeah, that's dumb. Whoever did that, you're dumb. Like, you are dumb.
I saw someone say this, and it's perfect. Did we learn nothing from Flappy Bird?
Exactly.
But yeah, there's people trying to, at least posting iPhones with TikTok on them for like $2,000, and I'm sure some people are actually paying that. I'm sure some are. Especially creators.
Android, you can sideload.
Exactly.
And yeah, even if you get a new phone, at least a Samsung phone. Oh, when you transfer to a new phone, it transfers the APK, not re-downloads the app like Apple. It'll go, okay, we got this app, I'm gonna re-download it. Android or Samsung transfers the APK.
I think that works with Pixel too. Yeah, because it'll just like you can just like have a complete copy of your past phone, basically. Like, yeah, it'll like copy almost basically everything when you're setting up a new one. So yeah, but yeah,
Stupid.
Sucks for those people who, it was gone for 12 hours and they decided to delete it. Like,
Did you really need that much space on your phone? Like, really?
man, I have things from like 12 weeks ago that I've been meaning to delete that, like,
I have stuff from my old phone, apps on here that I've not even opened on this new phone.
yeah. It's like, it just baffles me that there are people who are like, "Oh, I'm just going to delete this right away."
Oh,
Like,
it's gone. Delete.
yeah, it
Dummy.
takes me so long to get around to like something like that, Even when my phone's like, "Hey, here's some apps you haven't used in a while. We're suggesting maybe you remove." I'm still like, well, no, I don't want to, because like, what if I do want to use this app? Like, it's like I'm not running out of space on my phone. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, what else you got?
The rest I got. I've only watched the first episode, and these are all currently airing shows.
Ooh, okay.
First one I got is an isekai. Headhunter to another world, from salaryman to Big Four. This guy who was a salaryman worked for a Japanese company, and he was the type of person who was sent to other locations that are in trouble, and he kind of turns them around because not to fight, but to logistics. Like he's not a combat general. He just runs.
The isekai for you though, like,
It was quick even for an isekai. Like it was literally in the like going to bed and waking up. Could be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time.
I knew that was going to be the next one you were going to talk about. I even have this tab up because I was going to, yeah. This is one I'm looking forward to watching too.
Again, I watched the first episode. This one definitely seems like it's going to be better than the other one. The title is the synopsis. She's a guild receptionist, but secretly she is a very powerful adventurer, and she uses that to be able to clock out on time. Like, for some reason, while there are people fighting a boss, she still has paperwork to do. I don't know what she's doing, why she has to wait for the boss to be defeated for her to be able to clock out. I don't know. It's very confusing. Doesn't make sense. But she's tired of having overtime, so she decides to jump in and kill the boss herself. Using a made up guild card, and so nobody knows it was her. But oh look, one guy could actually see somewhat well in the dark, and kind of puts two and two together, and it's her. Oh no, now she has to keep her seat. Now she's trying to convince him to keep her secret.
Yeah. I'm interested in this because like the guild receptionist is a character like in all these animes that basically are kind of throwaways. There are some where they actually have personalities and whatnot, like Goblin Slayer, like the receptionist in that. The guild receptionist has a personality and is kind of a minor character from time to time, but you always get these. You always see glimpses of like the guild receptionist that in these animes, and it's like, wonder what it's kind of like, what's the backstory for them, and this is that. That's why I'm kind of like excited about this one,
and the fact that she's secretly like the most powerful adventurer in town and nobody knows. So like I said, this one might actually be good. And the last one that I got, this one's on Netflix.
Oh.
Called Sakamoto Days.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah. This people are liking this, I think.
Yes. There's a legendary hitman named Sakamoto, and he meets this girl and decides he's out. He's gonna leave the business, and ends up opening up a like a convenience store, and he gets fat, but he doesn't lose any of his skills.
Of course not.
And people from his old life are trying to get him to come back. So he's basically he's John Wick. So, but if John Wick was able to deflect a bullet with like a gumball, because like there's a bit where like dude shoots at him, he has a gumball in his mouth, he goes poop, and the bullet is deflected just enough. I'm like, okay. You know, he can catch bullets with chopsticks. You know, he's like he's Goku essentially.
Yeah.
But you know, so far it's good.
This is a week to week one, or
Yes.
is it all out? Okay.
Nope. Week to week.
Yeah. Because they do that with the anime now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Netflix does. Okay.
Yep.
Which it's like, why do this with anime? Damn you.
Well, if they didn't, then they'd have to wait, you know, until summer at least, till it comes out.
Yeah. I will say though, the Netflix has ruined me as far as the like release everything at once model. Like I got so used to that and loved it so much.
Yeah.
That I just it's torture to have to wait week to week, you know.
Like we used to.
Right? Yeah. And anime makes it even worse because sometimes you have to wait even longer because like
if there's like a Japanese holiday or something, yeah. Sometimes like, oops, guess there's nothing this week.
Like waiting for the dub, you know, you have to wait even longer. Like like Daima, there's like a 13 episode difference. Like
it's not 6 months.
Well, that's true. Well, no, actually, Super was like a year and a half.
A year and a half, yeah.
Yeah. That, I can't believe that was crazy. We were just like, yeah, it's only going to be a month, right? You were reassuring me it's only going to be about a month difference. I couldn't wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Daima. I watched that dubbed, or I watched that subbed just because.
There was an anime last season that didn't get a dub. A dub was actually announced like recently from last season.
Yeah. Well, the Rascal Bunny Girl whatever anime, that was like years later than the dub came out. And they just released all at once. Like
good.
Which was the crazy thing, you know? But yeah. What was the anime you said? Which one specifically? From last.
I gotta look it up. It was one I started watching. I don't remember.
There's a lot this season that I'm excited to watch.
There's quite a few that like seem interesting, and one, of course, is on High Dive. I'm like, damn it, I don't want to get High Dive just for that one anime.
Right. I always wait till there's like a few at least. Was it that Toilet Bound one has a new season, which I'm kind of
does it?
Yeah, because didn't that come out like a few years ago?
It did.
Yeah. Yeah, January 2025 simulcast. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Yeah. The Toilet Ghost, right? Or whatever. I
Yeah.
never watched it.
Oh wait, was it from summer? I think it was from summer. Now that I think about it, it was the one I watched it because there wasn't a dub. The Onsen Newbie adventurer trained to death to be the most powerful party by the most powerful party and became invincible. That's the one where the guy he's too old to build up his magic, but he ends up being trained by like an S tier party, and like, it's one of those like, you can cast 1,000 spells well, but if you cast one spell 1,000 times, that one spell is that much better. It's that concept.
Wait, which anime is this?
I'll send you the link. The Osen Newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible. It is this one right here. I guess the dub did come out, unless that's not English. Nope, it is English, but it wasn't dubbed at the time.
I hate when it says dub and then you look and it's dubbed in some other language. Or
Yeah,
the thing that I can't stand is it's dubbed, but then it says dubbed Japan. Like, what? There are some that say dubbed Japan. Like what?
well, that could be because there are Chinese anime on Crunchyroll, and I have come across some like, oh, they're not speaking Japanese. Oh, that's definitely Chinese of some form. I don't know which one. Could be Mandarin. Could be Cantonese. I don't know. Probably Mandarin, but I'm not going to guess.
Oh, I hope there's a dub for this one. I just looked and I was like, oh yeah, this one. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world.
Oh yeah.
That's airing now. I hope there's a dub for it. Oh,
where is it airing though?
Crunchyroll.
Is it on Crunchyroll? Okay, because I've not seen it. I need to watch the Loser Ranger show.
I need to finish that. Yeah, I watched some of it.
Because it's getting a second season, I believe.
Is it okay? Yeah, it's on Hulu. So
yeah, so I now have Hulu, so I need to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
There's a lot of animes this season that look interesting, or at least the titles seem interesting.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows? That's just because, I mean, it's becoming a norm for like crazy titles.
Yeah.
Wait, what? They already had an anime like this. What?
What?
The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. They already had an anime where the main character got an online shopping ability when he isekai'd.
Sure it's not a second season?
No, this is the one where the cooking one where he like is able to order stuff and ends up like what is it? Cooking campfire and something like that in another, or campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Yeah. His skill is online shopping. Yeah. So now we're getting another one that has the character of being able to order stuff online, but he's in another world. What?
Oh, there's two on High Dive I want to watch.
Which
The
one? Which
the bureaucrat to villainous dad's been reincarnated. It's villainous anime, but it's the dad of the person who played it. He just kind of watched over her shoulder, I guess, and he
okay.
gets reincarnated. So he never played. He never
That's
played.
that's
And
different. That's
as the villainous.
oh oh. Well, that's different. That's a slight different take on that genre or subgenre of a genre. Uh,
Yeah, that's
man,
on High Dive. The other one I want to watch is I just lost it. Crap, where'd it go? Hello. Oh, the elf's cat is an S rank monster. Beheneko.
hmm. Did I send you that TikTok of the free chest?
Free chest.
Yeah, there was like a chest on the side of the road, and there was a sign that said "free chest,"
No.
and it was like, "This is definitely a mimic." Let me see. Did I save it? I saw it and I was like, "Oh my god!" The first thing that popped in my head was Fenrir. Like, um, I
there
love
is
the
another.
cosplays of Fenrir, like where it's her legs in the mimic.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've definitely seen that one. The other anime that's currently airing that's kind of interest me is Mehiku MD Doctor Detective. From what I've heard, it's House, but anime.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And just that, I'm like, okay. I'm sure she's not an asshole because she looks happy, but House anime, okay. Let's see.
Sure, yeah. Alrighty. With that, I guess we can wrap things up. Be sure to follow us on social media. Stuart's Casual Terror on Blue Sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Will Play Games underscore on Twitter. Um, follow Stuart on Twitch, twitch.tv/Casual Terror. And I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to start trying to stream again or not. So, but I'm twitch.tv/Will Play Games. And we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals were harmed making this podcast.
Oh, here's just an example of how like the Thunder are just fun and like you can tell they're just having a good time, and they do this every pregame. These two to the online reporter or the online media person.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see that.
And on the exit or the in game interviews, they're always like they would like put like a towel on him, like on around his shoulders, and just like what. And then one game they just kept putting towels on him and putting towels on him to where our best player, our main guy, like he just was like, "Okay, children, stop!" Like he was like, "I'm sorry about the children," like. It's funny he's saying that because he's only 26 himself. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like you can just tell, like with stuff like that, they're just having fun, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
which is good sign.
Yes.
There's other teams in the league where their players are not. They're just in trouble because they're not like Miami. They've got a player. They've suspended him twice already because one, he was like talking about how he wants a trade, and he just got suspended again because he missed the like team flight because he's just like, yeah,
Cool.
and it's like, okay, good luck whoever wants to trade for him. Problematic player. Like, that's one thing about the Thunder is like the GM, he won't go for a player if he feels like they're going to bring bad chemistry, no matter
Yeah.
how like talented they are. But yeah, they do that every like pre-game interview or pre-game like interview, and it's just like a ritual they do with him.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good.
Man. Yeah, last night and today I was just looking for movies to watch because I was like wanting to watch something so I could have something to talk about, and I just couldn't find a movie that you know I wanted to watch. I was gonna finally start watching John Wick, but like I can't now. Like
Why not?
after losing one of my dogs, like it's a little too soon.
That you're right. Yeah.
Like, but like I was going to, I was about to start. I was finally gotten over that whole like aspect of it, because so many people said, "Oh, it's a real quick thing, and it's it's well worth." And I'm like, okay, I could get past that, and then it's just like,
It is really quick.
maybe I'll wait a little longer. Maybe I'll wait, before maybe I'll wait till maybe I'll watch it in February, but. Because yeah, that's all on Hulu now, I think. At least 3 of them are, I believe. There's 4, right?
I don't know if 4 is out. Oh no,
Yeah,
it did come out.
yeah. 2023. Watch with Stars add-on. Okay, so the first 3 are on Hulu, and the 4th is if you have Stars add-on, I guess.
I've seen
Wow.
the first 2, and I honestly I don't remember what the story of the second one is.
Wow, John Wick was 2014. Wow.
It's 11 years ago.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. like
No.
like 2025 was supposed to be like the futuristic like time that was in movies, and now we're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you're right. And the movie we got was Idiocracy.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the fucking movie we got.
Oh, I need to remove that off my TikTok. Edit profile.
Oh, have you had any luck in that area?
No, not yet. I mean, it's a shit time because like every place is had just let people go because of holiday help.
Uh-huh.
So like, I'm still trying. My friend said something about like maybe he can give me something, but it would be commission only, and I'm like, sure, anything's better than nothing right now. Like,
I mean,
luckily I have some savings, so
with what you just did, though, I mean, you could probably look into something social media related.
maybe, yeah. Where was that at? Um, oh, and of course, we got this in 2025. What the hell? Like, what?
Yes,
What? What?
like
Insert
yes,
David Tennant. What?
yeah. I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, did she? Fuck her.
Wasn't she canceled? Like,
Yes, she's in. As far as I know, she still is.
yeah, because they brought back the Roseanne show, and then she
The
got canceled, and
Connors,
they kicked her off.
the
Yeah.
Connors, not even Roseanne.
Well, she was in the first season. She
It's
was in
everybody
the first
but her.
season.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but she got canceled. So yeah, then they. That's one show I can never get into. I couldn't get into Roseanne. I just didn't like
I
her.
did. I really liked Roseanne. I didn't watch any of the newer stuff, but I did like Roseanne.
Oh, this had me laughing.
Yes, I saw that one. I saw that one.
That's
I was like,
exactly in
that's
the vibes.
exactly what I do.
And it's like, okay, is it which key is it? Is it F12? Is it delete? Is it F2? Is it like why is there not just one universal key? Why is it different for different companies?
Yeah.
This Oh, of course. I don't know if I sent this to you or not, but it's still funny. It's one of my favorite anime openings ever. Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes, it is.
it's so good. Uh, the anime was kind of meh. I didn't really. I think I watched. I think there's 2 seasons of it. I watched part of the first season, but
I got to the rap, and then I was like, that was funny, and that was it. Never watched anything else.
yeah. But that opening scene is like one of the best opening scenes of an anime. I love it.
Yes.
It's not even an isekai, but she gets killed like an isekai. uh, why is oh that's funny.
From what the comments say, there's a 90% chance of that happening in that game, and there's a 10% chance if you don't die when you click that button. It's just the regular game. So what makes it hardcore is 90% chance of immediate game over.
Man, but I've seen a lot of TikToks of that Elon Musk thing,
Mm-hmm.
the Nazi salute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen so many TikToks about that. I can't believe that happened. Like,
Twice. He did it twice.
yeah, he turned around and did it. Yeah,
He turned around and did it.
but it's like seriously.
And there's still fuckers defending him.
And
when neo-Nazis group are going good job and congratulating you, yeah, you maybe should have be fucked up.
what's the group he's part of in the, like, he was assigned to?
The Department of Government
It's Doge.
Efficiency. Yeah, Doge.
Yeah, it's Doge, which I'm like,
yeah, when I saw headlines
what?
of like of Doge immediately getting sued, I'm like, the fuck? Dogecoin? What did Dogecoin do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he has a history of like fucking around with Doge or making jokes or investing in Doge to pump it up or something with Doge. But yeah, so I was like, that's weird. That's a weird coincidence. That just happens to, like, yeah. I don't know. It's
These next 4 years are going to be interesting. It's going to suck.
Did you not see? Did you not see the someone? It's not necessarily him, but it's like someone in Congress is trying to push for an amendment in the Constitution for third terms.
I'm not surprised.
The article the headline I saw, it didn't say Trump was. It said someone. It was someone else, but like maybe
Margie
Trump had asked
probably
him.
Margie Taylor Greene.
Yeah,
Because she's Trump's bitch.
I don't know. It's there has. I mean, it's just there hasn't been a real candidate that I've really liked in a while. Like,
No. Since I started voting.
yeah, I was about to say, I don't even think since I've started I liked Mike Huckabee because I saw he was staying at like budget motels during elections, not spending frivolously on, 5-star hotel or all this and that. And I was like, we could use someone like that who's like, he's spending his money wisely on the campaign trail, and he's not like, doing all spending, he's staying at affordable, hotel or motel hotels, whatever. And like, we need someone like that who's going to help with the spending. But that's like it, he didn't even make it past the, primaries. But yeah, since started voting, yeah, I don't think there has been a candidate that I've felt passionate about. Like,
Nope.
The VP just seems like just a just an absolute idiot.
See, I should stop streaming not say this online.
Okay, yeah. I can understand.
Thanks for watching.
Like,
I'm in the stream now. I would not be surprised if somebody takes another shot at him.
Oh, at Trump?
Uh-huh. And what sucks about that is who's next in line.
Yeah. Like, I can understand people like being fooled, and or I can understand like people like getting behind Trump. Like, I can see their point of view, but like, what's his name? Vance or JD Vance?
JD Vance.
Yeah, he just seems like I just, who likes him? Like, why would anyone like him? He just seems like a like just a dumbass.
Yeah. The thing with Trump, though, the things that Trump has said, they're lies. Like, I don't believe he's going to do anything he has said. He's lied.
Of course,
He's lied
but,
completely. So, like, it's people believing lies. It's people believing Facebook propaganda. They got rid of Twitter because of Chinese propaganda, but yet Facebook is just U.S. propaganda.
Oh, but I mean, Trump is a businessman. He's used to doing whatever he can to get the sell, and that's what.
Yeah, and also buying
that's
anything
what the
he
election
wants.
boils down to. Yeah,
Like he's trying to buy Greenland. What the fuck? Why Greenland?
Oh, is he? I haven't seen that.
Oh, you've not heard that? No, like this was before he even became. He's like, we're gonna make Greenland part of the U.S. We're gonna take over Greenland, and which is part of Denmark, by the way. Greenland is part of Denmark, and
he's trying to pressure Canada into joining.
This was just before that.
Yeah, by
like this
25% tariffs, I think.
Like, yeah, the tariffs are going to fuck everybody, and nobody knows it. And people who are too fucking stupid to know it voted for him.
Well, did you see what the Canadian like people are the I don't know if it's necessarily the prime minister. Well, their prime minister just finally left, right?
Yeah,
he was like he was problematic from what I remember seeing. But
I don't know enough to say whether or not he was or not.
But there are people like in authority positions in Canada saying, "Oh yeah, we could, if they want to play hardball, we can, refuse to give electricity to, the U.S. because Canada gives electricity, or they sell electricity to like some of the states, because of, I guess, Niagara Falls or whatever."
And vice versa. I'm pretty sure there's places in Canada that get their power from the U.S. too.
Yeah, but it's just they were saying, "Oh, we can play hardball too," and blah 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 blah, and
it's
like,
it's okay, fucking dumb. Well, going back to the Greenland thing though, there was a call between Trump and the Denmark prime minister, like either yesterday or the day before, and it devolves into a shouting match from Trump. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But like, hey, Trump,
Trump is going to alienate.
He brought back the Diet Coke button, so
Trump is going to alienate everybody against the U.S.
Oh yeah, like more than they are already.
Yes.
Yeah, that's they see Trump and they think, oh, that's the U.S.
Not entirely, no. but that's the U.S. government though that they got to deal with. That's what they see, and they're right.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, these next 4 years are gonna fucking suck. I just pray to God I'm not ended up leaving my car. Like that's the thing I'm worried about. Is my rent's gonna go all through the fucking roof.
Oh yeah. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? It's a mess.
It's bad.
It's not like these last 4 years have been great either. Like,
no.
It's not like Biden with Kamala as the VP was making things great,
No. Of course, everybody was saying like, well, what if you're VP now? You can do a lot of that stuff. Can she though? I don't know what the VP can do. I don't know what the VP does. I really don't. I
I
really don't know.
I don't know either. Like, I know they're like the head. They have a seat on, was it the House or something, or there's something involved with the House or Senate or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's something. But yeah,
I'm sure they do something. I just don't know what. I don't know enough about politics to really argue, but what I do know, it angers me.
I was big into politics in like junior high, going into high school. Like,
They were easy
for
back
some
then.
reason.
Politics were easy back then.
No, I mean like real world politics, not like school politics.
No, that's what I'm saying. Politics were easy back then.
Oh,
They were
okay, yeah.
They were easy. They were easy to follow. Nowadays, not so much.
Yeah. It's just like, ugh, I don't know. It's part of it's this the social media and the internet has, I feel, has made things so much worse.
Social media has 100% made things a hell of a lot worse. You know, oh no, everybody gets a voice. There was a line in that fucking Reddit episode of the Orville, you know, because you know that their entire government is based off popular vote, so a majority, so everybody gets a voice, and one of the guys goes, "You have to earn that voice." Like, damn right you do. Not everybody deserves a voice.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I'm so glad we grew up when we did, before like really, recording videos on your phone was a thing, and social media and all this and that. Because thinking back, like, I did some stupid shit as a kid.
Yeah.
In high school, like, and I'm so glad there was no social media really, or like the biggest thing we had to worry about was, oh, I'm not in your top 8 anymore. What the hell? Like, hey, check out the song that plays on my MySpace page.
Look, the mouse cursor is a butterfly that showers glitter over the entire page.
Right? Like, yeah, it was like right after high school that Facebook really became what it was. And
I heard about Facebook my freshman year of college, going into college. I remember talking to a friend of mine moving into college on MSN Messenger. She was saying that she looked up her roommate on Facebook, and I honestly thought that was a Purdue thing. That like Purdue has this Facebook, a book of faces that has everybody's ID. That's what I thought Facebook was when I first heard it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was because most of my town went to Purdue. I did not. So like I thought that was a Purdue thing.
Yeah, it's it's a crazy world we live in now. Like, I get parents and grandparents talking about the good old days now. Like, but also I'm like, yeah, it's just it's gotten so much worse though. Like, I feel like
it is absolutely worse than it was back then.
Yeah.
And I blame Facebook. I really do. Facebook will bring the downfall of society.
Yeah, it started it all.
Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Because no one really did any. Because like MySpace didn't. No one really did anything on MySpace except for like
No.
it was just a creative way to like express yourself basically with your page.
Yeah.
You could comment here or there and whatever, but like there was no real social media,
No.
Because we did all our social stuff, on AIM or Yahoo Messenger or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
MSN Messenger if you were one of those weird people. No. I had
Mm.
all because I knew I had one who was at least on one of them,
Most of my school was an MSN.
Yeah, I had a lot of on AIM or Yahoo.
Yeah, there was, yeah, and nobody, of course, used Friendster at all.
Oh no, not at
I,
all.
I know it by name. I've never actually seen it.
Yeah.
I know it by name.
Or what was it, CQL? That was one, right?
Mm-hmm. Again, I know it by name.
Yeah, that's same.
All right, I'm gonna go get dinner.
Yep, I am with you there. I will talk to you later.
Alrighty, see ya.